As strong as choppers are this season, one of the strongest alternative combos is still lasers. Just because lasers have so much splash with all that troop damage, and one unlock that makes them even better now is actually Warrior Boost. So we went back for this guy, gives quite a bit of HP and damage, and the whole point of using Warriors as a meat shield is we're doing like 40-second attacks, so these guys can actually catch up with them. Plus the best part is, you never really worry about the Sky Shield bug. So we're running this kind of base, just a bunch of buildings, a little front loaded, not too much in the back, and we'll try some out. And another reason this combo works is just because we have Critters and Crybomb, that magic combo to deal with, 2 engines over here. So Loda is 4 warriors, 4 lasers, and mostly in these kind of bases, we send Rudy on one side, just because we want him to get kind of these engines. And then we drop the other troops on this right side to kind of meet in the middle. Plus with our level 3 flare, they usually get a great split. If there's not too many mines, like here maybe like 1, 2 shock mines, we don't need any Crybomb right here, maybe just a couple smokes. So in this case it's Rudy, all these guys on this side, 1 flare and 1 shield right here, and then just 2 smokes on that side. I like waiting on bomb stuff until he's right at the engine, and then just pressing it one time. Because there he's going to do a lot of damage, the flare's going to expire, and the lasers just split everywhere. Then we go here around 60 GB, you do Crybomb, 3 critters and a hack. And then as that's going, you can do a shield on those guys. Zoom out, make sure everything's okay. And as we get close, we can do 1 more Crybomb, and then just a bunch of artillery on the right side. It is a bit dicey because you want to try to get the right engine right here. But if you do it perfectly, then you can get those 40-second times. And I'm sure it just looks way easier. I've been told on the phone it's really tough to get that artillery down. But maybe with enough practice, you can pinpoint, get that engine. And one more time, it's really just 2 main parts of the attack. One is the beginning, which is always, again, Rudy, then troops. And then you want to do the flare right away. Whatever building is on the far left side. Almost always an engine, but if it's like a random machine gun, boom cannon, that's fine. And as you send the flare, you do a shield on the right side. A couple smokes because there's a shock launcher or even like machine guns, any other building. Because whether the building on the left dies with Rudy or the flare expires, you get a nice natural split. Especially some warriors that always move up for this top engine. And then Rudy you just don't have to worry about. Because you don't care about this bottom side, then you can just zoom in, focus on critters. Almost always, if your troops stay alive, then don't gotta worry about it. And then that second part is just focusing on critters, which is always the same order of abilities. So like, once you have around, I would say 60 GB, then you can start doing stuff. Here it's gonna be 1 Crybomb, then 3 critters, and then a hack. If you do those 3 fast enough, then the hack should always land right before the critters do. Because then you see the first shot of that shock launcher is on that hack building. So even though we can't shock the shock launcher, because that first shot is distracted, critters have enough time to take out the engine. And then the most difficult part is trying to art that engine right outside that shield. You want to do it kind of outside that bottom circle, and because artillery has that tiny bit of splash damage, you get it down. And a pretty hidden part about this kind of attack is how strong the warrior boost is. Because all the extra HP and damage really plays a role in just making sure your main troops clear everything. Now here we got a pretty similar base. Because he has a lot of mines right here, we will do 1 extra Crybomb on this side. As far as where, you can just plan it, even throw the Crybomb right away. We'll probably do one like, I think around these mines. Trying to get at least these guys, 2 shock mines taken care of. So do a Crybomb first, then Rudy, all the normal troops. Get a flare going and a shield. Then again, maybe like 2 smokes on this side. Get a bomb stuff going right now. And then as Rudy gets there, the flare's gonna expire. They have a pretty good split. And now just start farming some GB. As we get around 60, you can do 1 Cryo Bomb, 3 critters, and a hack. We'll do maybe like 1 shield right there. This part's looking okay. And that shock launcher we can shock, followed by just a bunch of artilleries. Always just trying to zoom in and spam it. And this one being 321. Like once the beginning part is set, you're just only focused on critters and getting that part taken care of. So not getting the satisfaction of watching your lasers, but if the hit works out, you get that sweet time. And although the hit is pretty GB intensive, you can always afford 1 Cryo Bomb right away. So if it's easier, then even if you don't really have to, always throw that 1 Cryo Bomb. Especially if there's some weird shock mines towards the end. Because if you look at the split, you need to have some warriors, or at least enough of them, stay on the top side. Because if those warriors aren't there for this engine, it's going to take a long time. Usually lasers lag behind, so some troops get for the top engine, and you're all set. And another thing is, if the shock launcher is directly parallel with the shield, you can try just shocking it instead of a second Cryo Bomb, or in this case would be a third. But if a Cryo Bomb is easier, then you can just do that. And I've also seen some people switch from Shock Blaster to Shield Gen. I don't think it does much, but if you want to try it, then go ahead. And also, if this weird split is too difficult with too many things at once, you can still do the, well, I would say old left style. Usually bring in like 1 other troop for the right side, so in this case maybe a tank. Like 1 troop over here, 3 warriors, 4 lasers. And still you can often afford just 1 Cryo Bomb. The main thing is just delay Rudy for going on the left side. Sometimes you can delay him right away. Sometimes you can just wait until like this engine goes down. As long as he stays on the left side for the last half of the hit. So here we can do like 1 tank, few warriors, lasers here. We'll do a Cryo Bomb right away and a shield. Cryo Bomb for some mines, but especially that early shock launcher. Here we can even do 1 bomb stuff because there's not many troops right there. And after this point, just wait a bit and get around 60 GB. Then go on this side. Cryo Bomb, 3 critters, and a hack. And as that's going, we can do a shield right there. 1 more bomb stuff. And then we can shock that shock launcher again. Try doing a bunch of artilleries. Here we can do even 1 more bomb stuff. And it's gonna be often like a second or 2 slower. But might be easier because you don't do any crazy flares or smokes with your lasers. So see if a 316 is okay. And we're cutting it, but only 2 seconds, still a win. But personally, I think if there's like at least not many mines right here, maybe give that one a try. So we can try going back for it. 4 warriors, 4 lasers. And actually, even though there's almost no mines here, I've noticed a shock mine and a few mines in the back end is kind of really bad for warriors not to get up there. Which means we will do 1 Cryo Bomb on this side. And it shows how to deal with the front boom cannon. Because if you smoke too early, it's actually a better chance of Rudy dying. You want to throw a smoke just right on top of that boom cannon. So we'll do Rudy, these guys, get flare going, Cryo Bomb, and a shield. And get that smoke again on that boom cannon. Maybe like 2 more on this side. Rudy gets up there, we'll trigger a bomb stuff. And should get a pretty good split with lasers. So these guys are fine, we'll let them go. And as we get some more GP, 1 Cryo Bomb, 3 critters, and a hack. Shock launcher here, so we'll also shock that. Zoom out, everything's okay. 1 more shock on this side, bunch of artilleries right here. And just always keep spamming it because might need some more. Critters, getting the job done. So this one's 319. Maybe it's fast enough. Probably the most important part and best thing you can do with practice is just nailing those Craters taking out those engines. But 319 getting us that win, and we'll show that Boom Cannon one more time. Because it is actually worse to do like more smokes on the left side. Because always if you drop Rudy, you don't have to worry about the first shot of the Boom Cannon. It's always going to hit a wingman. But the smoke should be kind of late, so he gets out that second wave of wingmen. But then he has 3 around him, and when he comes out of the smoke, then there's a lot more protection. And with that Cry Bomb, we made sure there's more warriors, or at least enough of them on the top side, because we just barely had any. Lasers go everywhere, melt things super fast, and then we can do the Cry Bomb, Craters, and Hack. So again, warriors, lasers, get that stuff down. We can do one more shock in that shock launcher. And then it's just about spamming artillery, trying to get it perfect, with the Craters finishing the engine. But that's another, still difficult, but I think also a fun alternative for using Choppas, lasers, and warrior boost. The last tech we did get for the season is that Rudy boost. It doesn't really do anything, but has some extra HP, actually makes him survive a normal cannon shot. But again, almost no difference. So for the rest of the tree, you can get pretty much anything you want, except I do think Medkit is a disadvantage, just because you already have 8 abilities, so having an extra one which you aren't going to use might just mess you up. Plus you probably don't want to get any other minus nodes. And it's sort of crazy because we still have about 7 days left in the season. So we'll still play a bit, maybe metas, bases change, attacks change, and see what happens. But that's going to be it for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.